Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, 3 weeks ago, I went to a nightclub. Yes, my first time in a nightclub in America. Wow, unbelievable. I've never been to a club, honestly, outside Africa before. So, I couldn't wait. I wanted to see how it tastes like, how people dance in the club. Because in Africa, literally, when you get right at a club, as soon as you pay the door, right from the door, you paid your money, you dance your way all throughout, and you dance all the way throughout. That's how we do it. But I was told it may be a little bit different. So I was curious. I wanted to check it out, right? So I told my neighbor, his name is Paul. I said, please, can you take me to a club, any club around? He says, oh, we need to go to San Francisco if we want to go to club and see the real, action, right? So we drove from Santa Cruz to San Francisco, me and Paul. And Paul was going to act as my wingman to help me connect with some friends which will make over there because I play music, and literally then I can get some fan base and I can have friends here who may, have my Facebook account and stuff like that, and they can, help me also advertise my music or, networking, something like that, right? I can get to be their friends, they can get to be my friends and stuff like that. It makes sense, right? Socialization, right? It makes sense, right? So the bottom line is, we got to San Francisco. We got to the club around 11:30 p.m. Now, by entering the club, there are two young men, my skin color, 7 foot tall, 500 pounds, two of them, serious, very serious looking, and apparently they are called the bouncers, right? They check your ID to get in, right? So they wanted to know whether I was above 21, right? And I had my Ghanaian passport, but they couldn't tell what my age was. So I made a joke. I said, I'm like 95, and they didn't even laugh. So I was like, whoa, be careful, man. These guys are no joke. So when I entered the club, I was very careful. I'm like, I was telling myself, no, behave, man. These guys are no joke here. Don't create any jokes here, right? So I walked into the club. The first thing I did was, I quickly went and I saw the big disco ball, right? Which kind of blacklight your clothes, like this will shine when you go under it, right? Simply because my philosophy is, any young man, or most young men, or for me, in my situation, if I'm going to a club hoping to meet a woman, or meet women, or meet any group of women who I've never met before, who I don't know in terms of socialization, I want to have my best self-esteem because, they say first impression, right? And and also I think it makes sense for me to bring my A game on, like my best game on, right? So I walk under the disco ball, use it as a mirror, right? Check myself, my clothes were shining, I did my sign of cross. I said, thank you, God, I'm here, I've come, I'm going to make it, the woman will love me, right? So I got it all, right? Psychologically, I was like, pump, I'm like, yes, sir. So check this out. I look around, the men in the club, for some reason, most of the young men in the club, they have one hand in their pocket, and this is how they were dancing. So apparently the men were playing cool, so they were just standing at one spot with one hand in their pocket, and they were dancing, they were feeling the beat, they were dancing cool, like relaxed and mellow, like taking it easy and dancing, right? But I wasn't used to that, we are used to like dancing, with everybody all over the place, and the music was like popping, so I was like, whoa, why are they standing at one place and just feeling the beat, So, for 10 minutes, I was trying to figure out where another crazy guy like me will jump in and do something crazy, and I can also dance, and I wouldn't look too weird, because I'm new there. All right. So within 10 minutes, nobody was breaking the status quo of that and doing something. So I called Paul. I said, Paul, but when you're in the club, the music may not be that maybe not be that noisy, right? But you have the tendency to yell, or when you're talking to your friend, because you think your friend may not hear you because you think the music is it's loud, right? So the music wasn't that loud, right? But it's all in your head, right? So Paul is here, I'm here. If I do like this, I'll head bump him, right? So I said, Paul, we've been here for 10 minutes. When are we going to meet the ladies so that we can get their email, their Google, their Instagram, networking, right? So they will know about my music and they can help me promote my music. Like you said, we came here to network, to make friends, right? And the reason why I was saying that, because literally, I'm seeing the women around, like 40 women dancing with each other, The guys are like this at one side. The women are literally dancing elbow to elbow with each other, like really that close, right? So I said, Paul, when are we going to join the women so that we can talk to the women? Because I know I can dance. And I think it's about time I jump in and I do my dance, right? But I don't want to break any code here because I don't know what the code was, right? So brief me in, like get me in, right? And Paul said, Kwesi, if you see a girl here, you want to dance with the girl, you have to make an eye contact. I said, what? He says you have to make eye contact, eyeball to eyeball. I said, what? I said, look at my eyes. So I'm looking at his eye, right? So do you see my eyes? I'm like, yes. Like, look at my eyeball. I'm looking at the eyeball, right? That's the sport. That's me, right? It's like, if you see a girl you want to dance with, good eyeball. Look at the girl's eye. The girl look at your eyeball. Then you dance with her, eyeball to eyeball. That's what we do. So I'm like, whoa, really? It's like, yes, I. I'm like, okay. They say when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. Paul is an American. He told me he was a ladies' man, even though I never saw him with any lady. I believed him. He was my wingman, right? So I look around when the ladies are dancing. They are like that. See, no lady was dancing like that, or no woman in the club was dancing like that. The light was dim. It's a disco, so I couldn't see their eyes. And worst of all, they have their hands here, so I couldn't see their eyes, right? So I tried to get the eyes, but I couldn't see it. So I said, Paul. And Paul was right there. I said, Paul. And Paul is like, eyeball. So being a fool, I took it literally, right? You know how most of these ladies, just like we do, spend like 30, 40, 1 hour just to dress, put the shirt on, remove that shirt. The ladies may put this shoe on, remove that shoe, put the skirt on, remove that skirt. Go to like 4 or 5 skirt and clothes just before they pick the one they really feel comfortable with before they go to the club. Okay. And now when they get to the club, their main mission may be, most of the time may be to go meet a guy too. Like we go there hoping to meet a girl, right? So they go there, and 4 of them will be in a group, or 5 of them will be in a group, and one of them will see a young man he likes, or she likes, but she will pretend as if she has not seen the guy. And the same thing for the guy. The guy also see a girl, and you pretend the whole cat and mouse game where the lady will be like, oh, tell her girlfriend like, oh, is he looking at me? The skinny one. It's cute. What do you think? Or the short one. What do you think? Doing all those things. So one lady was doing that, right? And she was looking at my direction. So I thought she was making an eye contact to me. All right? She was like that, like 3 seconds looking at me, and I rushed to her. I was like literally run, like, hey. I went that close, right? I didn't realize here you have the bubble system where you have to give people room and space, right? I broke all the bubbles. I didn't know, right? I went very close like this. I thought I was in the zone, right? So I got very close like this, and I went straight to her eyes, like, hey. That's creepy, right? Yes, now I know, right? So I was like that, and she's like, but I thought she was saying welcome. Apparently she was saying get the hell out of here, right? So I was like, hey. I was standing right there, and I saw your eye, eyeball to eyeball. My name is Kwesi. I said, what? I'm like, my name is Kwesi, like crazy. What the heck? And she's like, whoa. Within 2 seconds of her saying, whoa, this is a tap, but it's a smack, right? I was right there. The next thing I saw was like, oh. So I look up. One of the bouncers I saw at the gate, one of the big guys, right? He's right there. Big tall guy, right? So I look up, and he says, dude, time's up. You got to come with me. And I look up, I got so confused. And he said again, dude, I ain't not playing with you. You got to come with me. Time's up, dude. You got to come with me right now. So I look up, I got so confused. I said, my friend, you got the wrong person. Mistaken identity. My name is not Dude. My name is Kwesi. Look at my passport. My name is Kwesi, like crazy. I don't know Dude. I have never seen anybody called Dude. It's not me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Apparently, everybody here is called Dude. It's like in Ghana, we call almost everybody Charlie. So Dude refer to, your friend is a dude. You call your friend Dude. Girls call their girlfriends Dude. It's just a term, right? But I didn't know. I thought it was somebody's name, right? So this bouncer got so mad because he thought I was just resisting or playing games with him, right? So he held one of my shoulders here, another one here, lift me up like a little baby, my legs in the air like that, and I got thrown out from the club. So literally, we drove all the way from Santa Cruz to San Francisco, and I lasted only 15 minutes, 34 seconds in the club, and I got kicked out. That's what happened, man.